Good afternoon from my garden. Guess what? It's Christmas Eve, about almost 4 o'clock, and I'm outside in my garden working. I'm trying to make some last-minute preparations for winter out in my garden. I thought it was going to rain all day tomorrow, but it's not going to, so I have a couple of days to finish this. But what I'm doing here, I had already added this section of rose arbor, and my Peggy Martin rose is already up and over that arbor. I just added today another section of the rose arbor, and I am about to grow my another big rose, a Zephyrine Durine rose, up and over that way. I'm trying to create a little shaded area that begins a rose garden. And I wanted to do this today. I wanted to get this done today, although I really didn't have time today, because I'm trying to make the point. This is the last day of Advent. December 24th is the last day of Advent. And I'm trying to make the point that Advent is not just about church. It's not just about going to church. It's about incorporating the light into all areas of your own life. Right now out in my garden, it's the darkest before dawn. As you see, I have boxes everywhere because I use boxes to build my beds. So it's not pretty out here. Progress a lot of times isn't pretty. But I am out here working, I'm preparing, and sure enough, it will be pretty out here next year. Beginning in about May or late April, the roses will start blooming. And I'm going to take all this area outside of this. This is going to be sitting area here. And all outside of that's going to be rose garden, going all the way over to that picket fence. And then right there where you see that heap of dirt, I'm going to have my children's garden. This is the week of love week in Advent. And I've already told you that this garden that I started, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, is my hope garden. Because, and I'm going to show you something. There are irises planted here, old irises, some of them that are as old as the medieval ages. Rose is still green. Back in the back, there is my Yule camellia, which next year will be very red, very, very hopeful. Behind that are my forsythias that will flourish in early spring with yellow blossoms. And what I want to say is that although Advent of 2024 ends tonight, Advent of 2025 begins for me tomorrow, because life doesn't end, it perpetuates. And that's the way God created the world. God created seasons. He created time periods. And I often write about the seasons of life and how writers write about the seasons of light. And they also talk about darkness. Writers talk about darkness and light. One of the greatest themes in literature is darkness and light, and how light conquers darkness. And isn't that the story of the Bible? Some people say the story of Jesus is the greatest story ever told. And I believe in many cases it probably is. It certainly has garnished a lot of attention. People even non-Christians know about Jesus. The time of Jesus' birth started reset calendars. the new age of living began in the year, or the approximate year that Jesus was born, AD, ADE. It's about Jesus' birth. Jesus' birth affects many people, maybe all people in some one way or another. But what I want to say is that Advent is about the season of light. One of the ways that we celebrate the light is to celebrate the birth of Jesus. I celebrate the light in my garden. I celebrate the light in my studio. I think the true meaning of worship and a worshipful existence is to learn how to incorporate the light into all areas of your life. And so in that way, I think that Advent is a message for all people. Advent is a new beginning.